In this presentation, I will report some amazing outcomes achieved in the first 3 months since we started the research to understand how staff at UTS Careers, both at the individual and team levels, notice, learn, and share new knowledge emerge in the everyday practices within and outside the organizations. The aim of this research is to establish an explicit framework for staff across functions to intentionally capture, codify, and share new knowledge with the internal and external stakeholders through face-to-face interactions and digital environment. Why is this important? Let me quickly describe the dynamic context of UTS Careers. Firstly, given the service-oriented nature of the work, staff across functions experience high volumes of contacts and interactions every day with diverse groups of stakeholders within and outside the university. The key services include providing career education to students, including face-to-face consultation, workshops, and events. Also, the staff connect and collaborate with employers and industry partners to create more employability opportunities for students, as well as working with academic staff across faculties to incorporate faculty-specific career education within the degrees. At the corporate level, UTS Careers is also going through major changes, particularly the influence of UTS 2027 strategy, focusing on creating a hybrid learning experiences for students, and also the recent migration of our drop-in service to UTS Central Building will have also significant impacts on our current practices at the individual, team, and organization levels. Within this context, where change is constant, how the staff continually learn and evolve at the individual and collective levels determine the quality of our services and future successes. From the empathy interviews conducted 6 months ago in another project, 3 major challenges were identified. Firstly, though there are cross-collaboration projects happening across teams, a number of staffs commented that on a day-to-day basis, they feel that the individual teams still work mostly in silos. The second challenge is the potential loss of tacit knowledge when employees leave the organization. This is an ongoing struggle as more than half of the staff teams are under contract role. And lastly, regarding the effectiveness of training for new staffs, most employees emphasize the importance of informal learning through discussions with colleagues, observing or shadowing other people, and also by actually doing the work. One staff who is in charge of responding to students' inquiries shared that whenever there's a tricky cases, she finds it extremely helpful to have an instant access to her manager to discuss and come up with appropriate solutions. However, during the peak period, especially orientations time, new staff are usually thrown into the deep end without much hand-holding as the entire teams are being deployed. To address these challenges, the research focused on understanding the current practice of knowing, capturing, and sharing knowledge among the individuals and teams through participatory ethnography approach involving the participants in the process of change. In the period of 2 months, I have conducted 10 interviews to the doubles over lunch time with selected staff from different teams and seniorities. I also attended 5 team meetings to observe how different teams ran the discussion, problem solving, and sharing knowledge among one another. I also facilitated 3 collaborative sessions, pairing 2 teams together to explore opportunities and challenges of cross-sharing information on a day-to-day context. And with the permission of the manager, I also generated appointments and events reports from the Career Hub, the central portal we use across our services, as well as drawing interaction analytics on teams to draw insights into staff's exchange. After collecting and analyzing the data from the interviews and quantitative reports, I organized the key findings into 3 main themes. First, staff regularly experience information overload. During the interviews, one staff shared that there are lots of stuff going on. I guess I was just focusing on what needs to be done without thinking much about the past weeks or months. Another one commented that sometimes I attended the team update meeting, not knowing where to start as there was so much to talk about. The second theme is staff are willing to engage and exchange information or knowledge with the people they already know. One staff commented that it's just so much easier to reach out to the colleague I've worked with versus trying to start a conversation with a new guy or girl whom I never talked to before. I guess it's just a human thing. And the last one is digital technology and social platforms like Microsoft Teams, WhatsApp, or LinkedIn enable constant and seamless communication and exchange of information beyond the face-to-face meetings and traditional exchanges like emails. Based on the key findings, I initiated the 2 prototype projects. The first one is with the recruitment advisors team, the student-facing service. This project focused on creating a simple structure on Microsoft Teams using Wiki feature to encourage staff to capture new questions and cases from students during the week and discuss them during the team meetings. The insights from the meeting will then be shared to relevant stakeholders. Out of this initiative, the team has been using the question generated from the weekly reflection to create a series of Instagram posts responding to students' common questions. This campaign has generated amazing results in students' online engagement. Another great outcome from this prototype project is that the team journal is now used as part of the training materials for new staff. Tapping into the positive outcome of the first project, the second prototype project brought together the recruitment advisors team and the business development team, which focused more on employers' engagement to discuss and ideate and test ways for knowledge to flow between 2 teams for better decision-making and better quality of services. One fascinating outcome from this project is the new event and also online initiative, bringing the students and employers together to address key questions regarding career direction, job search, and challenges that the students face. Regarding future development, after evaluating the 2 prototype projects, and gathering feedback from staff to refine the program, in the next 3 months, we will be rolling out to other teams using the proposed standard framework and best practices while trying to customize to the team's needs. We will then write a case study featuring the results of our 6 months of implementation, including the challenges and limitations that we faced, and then propose this new learning strategies and framework to the Student Services Unit at UTS to apply to other services, including helps, student centers, and counseling. Thank you for listening.